Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Ratu Intan Thahira. You can call me Tara. My student's ID number is 2113042 and 72. So in this video, I want to present my comprehensions about the given material, and I already chose two of them. So the first material that I chose is novel adaptations. All this time, I or maybe you to questioning is why the movies from novel adaptation is not as good as the novels, and why do fans of the book get so mad about it? And last, is it still possible to make a great movies from a novel's adaptations? We'll find it out. So why? There's so many reasons why we consider that the novel's adaptation is not good if we compare to the original book. The first one is expectations from the readers of the novels are too high. We know that novels give us freedoms to imagine and describe the stories by our own brain. And that freedoms means that we can imagine it freely, limitless, but still according to the novels, of course. And each individual has a different imaginations. I think there's no wonder why we have such expectations from our imaginations. Second, the movie doesn't show the details in the novels. There are so many details that they skip in the movies. No wonder why the fans get so mad about it, because they even skip the detail, the scenes, the important scenes in the novels, or they sometimes change the directions of the storyline. Third, the character's appearance is not what reader imagines. I think the expectations is one of the factors why the character's appearance is not what reader imagines. When the writer wrote the character has a pointed nose, just be honest, we thinking about a different nose. And also, these aren't just talking about how the actor looks. It also means that the on-screen versions doesn't do their beloved character justice. The emotional arcs and physical journey that a book generously explores for each of its characters are typically not represented on film. People experience the same book in radically different ways. So the reader's own life experience from their individual conceptions of character. Fourth, the viewers can only see what's occurring on screen and not what the characters are thinking. When we read novels, we can read and know what are the characters thinking or feels through their monologue. And when we watch movie, we only watch what they serve. So that's why watching a motion picture is an inherently more passive experience than reading a book. So this is the example of the a movie from novel adaptation that I think they are flop. There are so many things different from the novels. It is a lot less dark. They skip so many scenes in the movie. Well, they skip the important part of the novel. The characters did fewer things in the movie, like example in the novel, Margot's, the character's name, Revenge Plan consists of 11 parts, and the movie has it as 9. And this is, I think this is the success one movies from novel adaptations. The actor hits differently from others. I don't know how they choose the actor. They choose the right one. They really have such a good acting skills. The movie can complete the novels. I think since the book is only consists of quotes, this movie is really complete the novels and can deliver their message through the movie. The message was delivered in such a good ways. I agree, and it is 5 for 5 from me. So our disappointment is based on reasons, and the biggest reason is because making movie is hard. Films are a team effort in exactly the way novels are written by typically just one person. So when we come to films, there are teams. The directors work hand in hand with the actors, sound designer, editors, and others who all brought different perspectives to the creations of single product. Second, the budget has a big role here. I think the film's budget plays a dominant role throughout the film's life cycle, like the actor or talent set plays, staff, script costs, producer fee, and so on and so forth take so much cost. Third, the movies are short. Yes, we know that movie has a duration like only 2 or 3 hours, and novels is so long that it is impossible to make it as a movie. But still, it is not impossible. So there is a novel titled Foundations by Isaac Asimov, and they say that this novel is the unfilmable science fiction. But this year, they start realizing it and already appears on Apple TV. So this means that our technology is have such a big development, and it is a big step of our movie industry. Okay, so right now we move to the second material. So the second material is the truth behind fairy tales. So magical and inspiring, that's the thing that pop up when we think or talking about fairy tales. But actually there's an opposite side behind the fairy tales that we not realize. We may think that the characters in the fairy tales is beautiful, the sad place, and all the things that we think is really beautiful and we really enjoy it. But now we're grown up, we're an adult now, so we're no longer afraid of the dark. And it's time we know the truth, the ugly, terrifying, and deeply disturbing truth behind the fairy tales that we love as children. Some fairy tales are based on legends that incorporate the spiritual belief of the culture in which they originated. So, based on the article that was given, it is from the BBC.com. The title "Why Alice is the Ultimate Icon of Children's Book" says that the traceless lodge of the subconscious rather than fiction and whimsy. So they talk about this when they're talking about the concept of Alice in Wonderland. Alice in Wonderland have such strange concepts. Like I think there are so many hidden messages from there. And I'm going to highlight this subconscious word. So this is one of the biggest reasons why fairy tales have such a dark truth. The maker, we can say that, is passing the dark histories. You know that 100 years before, our world is on war. And I think that dark past takes part under their mind, which impact their physiological health. So when we talk about something wrong with the fairy tales, they might argue is just an imagination. So they use imagination as a word here as a reason in this unconscious concept and plot, but actually it's not just an imagination. So it is about the subconscious that we're talking about. So this is the example of the fairy tales that have a hidden message and dark truth. The title is Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. You can pause and read it, but I want to go to the next slide. So if you think that fairy tales still okay and you think that there's something wrong with the fairy tales, I might suggest you to just watch it and you can see the hidden interpretations of this fairy tale. So when you watch it, you will find the implicit message, a terrifying dark stories, and the representations of dark drugs and mental health cases. So this does not mean we should, I'm so sorry. So this does not mean that we should ban fairy tales. What we should do as a parents or adult is taking control of what the kid watch, because fairy tales itself bring a positive impact such early literacy development, moral life from a basic stories, and problem solving skills. So I think that's enough from me. Thank you so much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.